Hi, this is Angela from Ascended World, bringing you Element 17 on Prosperity from the Course in Worthiness of the Adventures in Wonderland program. One day I'll get all that right. And this one, well, we all say that every single one. This one's so big, this one's so big. But, prosperity. People want, oodles and oodles of workshops on prosperity, on abundance, on, how to make more money, all that kind of stuff, how to clear my money blocks. Again, courses and courses and courses on there. However, here's the thing. If we don't start from a place of knowing that we are worthy of being prosperous and that we are worthy of every cent that comes into us, whether it's $5 or $5 billion, that we're equally worthy for all of that. If we don't believe that, then we will never manifest it in our lives, no matter what exercises we do. So this is really an important underlying foundation for allowing ourselves prosperity. And so as I know you did your workbook, the prompts are, I am rewarded and paid just to be me. So sit in that for a minute. I am paid just to be me. Are you worthy to be paid just to be you? Are you worthy to never do one more thing in this life as you, as embodied as you, and still have, say, billions of dollars, or have billions of dollars come to you, or have some infinite amount of money coming to you? Most would say no. They didn't believe that, and therefore they would never attract it. However, if we go back to day one, to the first element of this program, of the worthiness course, when it was being worthy to be, when we fully accept that we are worthy to be, and that and being here is evidence of our crucial importance as part of the expressed symphony of this multiverse and duality and triality, right? And so when we do that, then of course we would accept that we're innately worthy. We are innately worthy. And that includes money. It includes anything. We're worthy of anything that we'd like, because we create each of our realities with infinite capacity. And so, we put so much weight on money, so much weight on money. And when we don't believe that we have that worth, which most of the time we don't, then we will drive it away from us simply by those beliefs of unworthiness. So, so the first step is really getting to that place of saying, I'm paid just to be me. I am worthy of being paid just to be me, just for being me, and nothing. Like I don't need to do anything else. I don't need to do some big suffering or some big story or some big whatever. I can just me being here and holding the space in the note that I came here to embody and express, back to expression. I am paid for that in anything because I create it. So therefore I can create more. Okay, the second part, abundant prosperity flows quickly and easily to and from me. Okay, there's three parts of this, and they're all very, very, very deep. So abundant prosperity flows quickly and easily to me and from me. So it's a circular thing, right? So if we just say it comes to me and I don't ever give it out, right? That's stopping someplace, right? So the flow, energy flows, right? Energy goes where the attention, energy flows. Where the attention goes, the energy flows. So if you want to stop it, it's going to stop coming to you, right? If you allow it to go and come, right? Because you know that, you can even say, the more prosperity that runs from me, the more that runs to me, like twice as much runs to me, or 5 times as much, or 10 times as much runs to me, because we create it. So why not? Because it really it's part of the illusion, right? We put so much weight on money and prosperity. And it's like, well, first of all, as we create an infinite capacity, we're putting money in between us and those creations to say, well, I need money to create that, when we can simply create. Okay. And so when we start to simply create anything, right, things were given to us. One of the people I know who's taken this course is one of the most abundant people that I know. And they're like, oh, well, on paper, I don't make that much, but like they win raffles all the time. She gets stuff given to her. Like people say, oh, I have this extra day on this timeshare in this great place. You want to go there? Always traveling, all this kind of stuff, because it's just given to her, right? It doesn't necessarily have to come with the in-between of money. Now, it can absolutely, but it can just be given to you. It can just not just show up for you. You can just create it. That's our worth, because we are the infinite divine beings that we are, the quantum field, the whole, the God, whatever you want to call it. And as the creators, we can create. So part of that is that worthiness of accepting that, right? But also, when we get to that, I'm paid just to be me. Like I can get paid just to be me, just to be in existence, right? And that abundant prosperity flows quickly and easily. Like it doesn't have to be a struggle. I don't have to work hard. I don't have to sacrifice and do the blood, sweat, and tears thing. It can just flow to me easily and with grace and fun, right? And now the third part, that's another one that's a big kicker, is I am comfortable being prosperous even when others around me aren't, because we believe that our prosperity or our good luck, has to be offset by bad luck. But that's only because we create that presentation of the illusion and duality. When we start to accept that we have infinite capability for creation of anything, that there's not a duality, that we create beyond duality, that duality is a part of the whole and not the whole itself, then we stop having to worry about that, right? And the other part is that we really are uncomfortable being prosperous when other people around us aren't, like, or doing well financially when others aren't. I've had moments where I felt that, like we're going through a cultural challenge, and it's like, oh, well, I'm good. And then, sometimes like you hear people and they all complain about how things are really bad, and then you're doing well, but you like feel bad for saying, oh yeah, I'm fine. Right. Because we feel like, the whole misery loves company, that, they're going to judge you, right? These are all worthiness things, because then we wouldn't care if we had that worthiness in us to say, you know what? I have uncovered and released all those blocks that prevent that prosperity from just flowing to me. And you can do that too. It's funny. I had a client once who was really extremely wealthy and had built it up herself, she and her husband, and felt guilty about being wealthy. And she would talk to me about how like she doesn't think she gives enough and all this kind of stuff. And I said, so, okay, but other people, they might have stuff in their energetic drawers of like, I had a lot of wealth and abused power in another life. And so therefore I'm not going to allow myself to be wealthy, because then I just feel like I don't trust myself, and I feel like I'm going to then abuse others again. So then no matter if you give them $5 or $5 million, it will just flow right through their fingers, because they don't believe they deserve to have that money. And so or that they're worthy, right? So that's the thing. It's all our own journeys. So when somebody next to you does not have that prosperity, that's their choice at some level, for some belief of unworthiness, some belief of that they have to suffer, that they have to be in lack or whatever. And vice versa. If somebody around you is wealthy, then you know what? Like we've all had moments in our lives where, things are a little tighter than others. And I've had others around me that it's like, oh, like everything they touch turns to gold. Okay, well, let me rub the Buddha and give me some of that, like, okay, I'm going to hold that energy. I'm going to tap into that energy, because I've obviously forgotten it. But honestly, the more I go, the less I have to do that, because the more I remember to just tap into it, to just be that. And we're allowed to be prosperous even when others around us aren't, because that is not their set of lessons right now, maybe, or until they get to the place where they choose to change that, and then it will change. So either then they'll come into money, they'll create money somehow, it'll be found or gifted or won or earned. Doesn't matter. We're the ones who put the weight on how the prosperity gets to us, and put value on. It's got to be harder to earn, like, oh, we put so much glory on, oh, I worked so hard, You worked all these long hours, all this kind of stuff so that I could have this wealth. And it's like, well, yeah, okay, I just woke up and had it. And then other people would say, what? Oh, well, that's just, well, boy, like, who are you to do that? And oh, well, that's not worth anything if you just woke up, like, just given to you. Like, we designate that all the time. Oh, well, they just have a trust fund, so they just don't know what it's like to have to earn money. Wow. No, they just were bought and they just came into this life not needing the lesson of lack, right? Or a lesson of transcending some limitations that you get from having a lot of money, right? Sometimes in culture. So there's all these things that we can look at in terms of prosperity, but the key is coming to that place of knowing that you're worthy, knowing that you're worthy to be abundantly prosperous, and to that it can be easy and fun and free and joyous to be so. So that's what our creation statement is today. I am worthy to remember how to and allow myself to be abundantly prosperous with great ease, fun, and joy. And I'm going to say freedom too. All right. Let's close our eyes, take a deep breath, and we'll sit out there for about 3 hours because many will just love sitting in that energy. Open our hearts, step out of our separation to oneness and wholeness, and hold ourselves at the vibration where all that is our truth, and that's from where we live and manifest. All right. Whew, so much more came out there. It was like, and we added in worthy to remember how to and allow myself to have way more than enough. That's another thing I didn't even touch on. But it's a very important part is that, yeah, we settle often for just enough to pay the bills. But now we're worthy for way more than that. So we set that up out there too. So today's affirmation, I am worthy to be prosperous. Prosperity comes naturally to me and easily and in fun, infinite ways. And so sit with that and do it about 50 times. Stay with you. I can do this. And we'll talk to you and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.